The city skyline glittered under the evening sun, glass towers catching fire with orange and gold. At the very top floor of one of those towers, behind tinted windows and sleek marble floors, Eleanor Cross sat with her hands folded across a spotless desk. She was the CEO of Luminate Corp, one of the fastest rising companies in the country. Her staff whispered that she was fierce, brilliant, untouchably a woman who carved empires out of stubborn stone and never blinked. But behind the closed doors of her office, Eleanor's heart wasn't as unshakable as her reputation. Her chest ached with the gnawing fear that time was slipping away from her. Success had filled her calendar but left her soul hollow. Endless meetings, investors, headliners, all the applause in the world meant nothing when she went home to silence. That silence was what drove her to say what she did. Across from her sat Andrew Hale, a polished lawyer from one of the most prestigious firms in New York. They had been dating, though dating was perhaps too strong a word, at dinners arranged between meetings, quick weekends stolen in ski lodges, a romance that looked beautiful on paper but felt transactional in her chest. Andrew was handsome, successful, and well-liked. He fit the image she had been told she needed. And yet, tonight, when Eleanor's voice cut through the air, she startled herself with the sharpness of it. "Marry me," she said, her tone commanding more than pleading, "or I'll find someone else." The words tasted metallic, unnatural, but she couldn't stop them. Years of control had hardened her voice into an ultimatum. Andrew blinked, startled. He studied her as though trying to decide if she was joking. "That's not exactly a proposal, Eleanor." Her jaw tightened. "I don't have time to play games. Either you're serious about us, or I need to move on." The silence that followed was heavy. Andrew leaned back, his eyes narrowing, weighing her words. Finally, he sighed, stood, and shook his head. "You don't ask someone to marry you like it's a business deal," he said softly. "I think you're looking for something I can't give." And just like that, he left her office. The slam of the door echoed louder than it should have. Eleanor sat frozen, her breath catching in her throat, fury and fear colliding inside her chest. She had power over thousands of employees, yet not over the one thing she wanted most: someone to love her without condition. She pressed her palms against the desk, willing herself not to cry. CEOs didn't cry. Not in offices lined with glass. Not in cities where weakness was currency spent too easily. It was then she heard the faint sound of footsteps, a slow, deliberate, and almost apologetic. She glanced up to see a man in navy blue coveralls pushing a cart with cleaning supplies. He had dark hair streaked with gray, his face weathered from years of hard work. His name tag read, Daniel Ruiz, the janitor. He paused when he realized the CEO was still in the office. "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am," he said quickly, his voice low but warm. "Didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later." Eleanor's lips parted, but no sound came out. Something in his tone, a gentle, patient, completely devoid of judgment, broke through her armor. She surprised herself by answering, "It's fine. Go ahead." Daniel nodded and began his work quietly, mopping the floor near the door, careful not to intrude further. For a long moment, neither spoke. But Eleanor couldn't stop watching him. There was something grounding about the way he moved, with simple purpose, as though his work mattered even if no one noticed. Finally, unable to stop herself, she said, "Do you ever get tired of it? People overlooking you, acting like you don't matter?" Daniel paused, lifting his eyes to hers. His gaze was steady, not intimidated by her position or the sharpness of her tone. Instead, there was kindness there. "People only see what they want to see," he said softly, "but what I do matters to me, and to the people who walk on these floors tomorrow without slipping on dust or dirt." "That's enough." His answer stunned her. He wasn't defensive, wasn't resentful, just a broken bar content. She leaned back in her chair, staring at him. "If someone told you, marry me or I'll find someone else, what would you say?" Daniel set the mop back into the bucket, his expression unreadable for a moment. Then, with the faintest smile, he answered, I'd say they deserve to find someone else. Because love isn't something you can demand. It's something you give. The words hit Eleanor harder than Andrew's rejection. She blinked rapidly, caught between embarrassment and an emotion she hadn't felt in years, a humility. And for the first time in her career, she didn't feel like the CEO of Luminate Corporation. She just felt like a woman, lonely, flawed, yearning for something real. Daniel gave a small nod, as if the conversation were complete, and returned to his work. But Eleanor couldn't look away. Something in her life had just shifted.